guys, today I want to talk to you about nature. And I want to talk to you about nature because most people live inside of a city instead of the country where there's nature and wildlife all around. And especially right now where we're all stuck inside, nature is something that kind of feels really far away. And so I want to tell you a little bit about nature. First, I want to tell you about the trees. Trees are awesome and they're really important to our lives in ways that maybe we don't even think about. And they also are really cool because they like to help, and they help plants, they help other trees, they help animals, and they help us. One of the ways that they do that is through their mycelium that's connected from their roots to other trees. And they will actually send messages to each other, kind of talking, as if we were talking through the internet with wires all around. And the other way that they use that mycelium is they will send nutrients or food to other trees as well. If another tree is sick or dying, other trees will send nutrients, send food, and try and keep it alive. And they'll also try and keep those dead trees alive. They will keep sending, thinking that they're helping out another tree. Another way that they like to help is after they have even died. If they have fallen over, they will actually become nurse logs or nutrients for trees that are growing. So if you look at this, there's already moss starting to grow onto this tree. And as this tree stays here, other trees will actually grow on top of it. Moss will grow, bushes will grow, animals will build their homes. And that's the other cool thing about trees, is that they don't have to be dead to be a home for animals. Even when they're alive, owls and bats and other kinds of animals will actually build their homes inside of those trees, whether it's inside the trunk or just through the bark, or maybe it's just up inside the limbs. Animals love trees, and trees are really helpful to us as well. One of the ways, which probably everyone already knows, is that trees are really helpful because they give us oxygen, and we need oxygen to live. Another way, though, that trees are really helpful, and actually just nature in general is really helpful, is that there have been lots of studies that have been done that show that just a walk out into nature can make you better. You'll feel happier and you feel healthier. They've done studies where after a 2-hour walk in nature, your depression goes down, your anxiety goes down, your serotonin or happiness go up, and your blood pressure actually will go down as well. So nature around us is really helpful. Another way that they can be helpful is that you just feel a sense of community after you are out in nature. They found a study in 2015 that when people have nature around them, around their houses, they will actually feel more connected to their neighbors and crime rates go down, which is pretty interesting to think about when we all start living inside of a city instead of the country. With all of these benefits, what are the resources? In Japan, they have a term called Shinrin-yoku, which means forest bathing. It means that you're going for a walk in nature and often experiencing it with all of your senses. In the US, it's called forest therapy, and they're focused on helping people experience the health and the mental benefits of being in nature. To encourage people even farther to get into nature, the National Parks Foundation has started a program called the Every Kid Outdoors Initiative, and that helps get current 4th graders and their families into the national parks for free. But you don't have to go into a forest to experience the benefits of the trees. Many cities around the U.S. are Tree City USA. That means that the city has funds that go into planting and taking care of the trees around the city. If you live in a tree city, like we do, that probably means that there is nature all around you that you can get the benefits from. What's really cool is that parks and nature can be prescribed by a doctor. ParksRx is an organization that works with medical professionals to prevent and treat chronic diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, dementia, and obesity. They do this by connecting patients with parks, and the prescriptions can include getting outdoors into a green space or a park and making sure that they're moving. You can even find those doses in interesting places like the doctor's office. If you've ever seen pictures of nature out on the walls in the doctor's office, that's on purpose. And a study even showed that while in the hospital, if you were next to a window with green space outside, you actually recovered faster than if you didn't. So how do we get the benefits of nature while we're staying home and we're staying safe? Here are a couple of ideas. The first one is garden. Do you have a yard? Can you plant in that yard? Can you weed that yard? If so, then do. A study done in 2016, published by the New England Journal of Medicine, found that exposure to dirt meant exposure to the microbes in that dirt, which ultimately meant that people had increased immune systems and higher white blood cell counts, which means that they had a better system to fight an infection. But maybe you can't actually plant in the ground. And in that case, go ahead and go to pots. Pots are awesome because you can put flowers, you can put vegetables, you can put anything in a pot. They're movable and they don't harm the area around you. Just remember that while you're outside, make sure to wash your hands after you're done. Maybe you're in an apartment and you can't go outside to plant. Well, then you can bring outside in through a houseplant. Studies have shown that houseplants inside of your home actually improve concentration, freshen your air, take toxins out of the air, they reduce stress, and they can improve your mood. But maybe you don't want to sit next to a plant all day, or maybe you and your plant aren't talking with each other. Rude. Then here are some other ideas as well. Start a nature journal. Sketch, trace, paint, draw, write about the things that you see in nature. Talk about what you see, what you smell, what you hear. You could stargaze, either through your window or your yard. What do you see each night, and is it different? You could track the phases of the moon. You could use a calendar or make your own to diagram how the moon changes each night. You could have a picnic in your yard. Make it fancy, or just take the food that you're going to eat normally and take it outside. Maybe in your nature journal, you could press flowers or leaves. Put them in your journal, close it up, and leave them in there for a few days and see what happens. Maybe it's a beautiful day and you could go outside and cloud watch. You could do it from your yard, or if not, just through your window. Draw and write about the things that you see. Maybe send it to a friend. See if they are seeing the same thing that you are in the sky. And finally, choose a spot, either outside or by a window. Make it open so you can feel the breeze and smell the scents from outside. And sit there quietly for 5 minutes. What do you hear, see, smell? If you sit there for multiple days, do those things change? This isn't a complete list, so what are other ways that you could connect to nature from home? Want to know more? Then check out this study done about the benefits of nature for children. I challenge you, try some of these. Do they make you feel better? Do they help lower your anxiety? Let me know how it goes. And remember, stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you later.